So there's a little bit to talk about in terms of that Nintendo Direct. The first is there is no Metroid Prime trilogy being worked on. There was a rumor that Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 were being worked on, but that is not happening. However, there were some leaks, some rumors about the Metroid Prime, the first game being remade, and that looks like it's going to happen. This is all rumor and conjecture from Reset Era, but some of the people talking about this are heavy Nintendo leakers, and it does look like Retro Studios is working on a remake for Metroid Prime. Just the graphics, the level designs being left alone. Quote, they don't want to mess with perfection. I agree, but the thing that really struck me in this presentation was this Nintendo Online Service plus DLC pack thing. And this is where this subscription games as a service thing starts to rear its ugly head, and it's creeping its way slowly towards everything and anything that we touch as gamers, as consumers. I don't like it at all. If you do, that's fine. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. And it was evident in this Direct. Now, they started to talk about Nintendo Online, and to be fair, it's not really an online service. You're not hopping in with your friends. You're not really, there's no robust online service. If you compare it to PSN or Xbox Live, it's just not an online service at all. The big hook is that you can play Nintendo Entertainment System games and Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. Okay, both systems, both Nintendo systems, it makes sense. But now, to play N64 games, before we even talk about Sega Genesis, to play N64 games, you have to subscribe to a different tier, which does not make sense to me. So, you didn't have to subscribe to a different tier to play NES games. You didn't have to subscribe to a different tier to play Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. You don't have to subscribe to a different tier when they add NES or SNES games into the service. But now, in order to play Nintendo 64 games, you have to subscribe to a new tier. And the hook is, well, we'll give you Sega Genesis games as well. It just does not make sense to me to fracture that subscription service that way. And I just think that it's just ugly to me. I don't know what it is about it. It just seems really slimy to do that. And the naming of it, I mean, it's Nintendo Switch Online, whatever, plus DLC. I mean, so everything that they add to it now, even their own content, they started out with NES, then Super NES, their own content, right? So why not have that big subscription service with all of that content in it? Or raise the price a little bit and just keep adding content to that one subscription service. But no, we have to fracture it up. We have to cut it up. We have to deliver it piecemeal to the consumer so that we can constantly add price to it. We can constantly force you to pay a little bit more for this and then a little bit more for that. And instead of having the smorgasbord under one, at one table, we want to have it cut up into different tables. So, hey, you want the steak go over here. You want the pork go over here. You want the salad go over here. And by the way, it's a little bit different at each table every time you go. But we're under one big roof, so that counts. It just seems really, really slimy. What's next? We're going to have Wii games in the subscription service. That's a different tier than Wii U. That's a different tier. I mean, it just doesn't seem like something that was well thought out, other than the point that, hey, we can charge more money for this DLC to an online service. I mean, think about that for a second. They have an online service that you pay to access games to. That's their subscription model, to pay to access games. But now you have to pay extra to access games. It's just, I don't know, something about it doesn't ring true to me. I mean, take a look at PSN, right? You're getting PlayStation Plus, you're getting free games every month, and you're getting the online features, which are actual online features, much more robust. What most people think about when they think about online with consoles, you're getting all of that with PlayStation Plus. Then you have a separate subscription, PlayStation Now, which offers games that you can download to the hard drive, or you can stream if you want to stream. So, there's a differentiation there between price, but it's not like Sony or Microsoft, let's say Game Pass all of a sudden decides to say, hey, all the games we're dropping into Game Pass, including our own day and date, we're going to separate those out now so you can get all the games in Game Pass besides our first-party games for one price. But if you want our first-party games too, then you'll pay another price. Would that really fly with people? I don't know. Does it make sense to do that? It just doesn't seem like it makes sense for Nintendo to take their own content, Nintendo 64, and now separate it and make it DLC for their online service. Then you have services like EA Play and EA Play Plus, where you have to pay one fee for one set of games, but if you want EA's first-party games day and date, you have to pay another fee. So I suppose there's a price model out there that reflects this, and if people are willing to pay it, then I guess who am I to complain about it? Now, curiously, they've got Banjo back for the N64 tier DLC for Nintendo Online, which is odd. I guess Microsoft doesn't need anything to sell Xboxes, so why not license Banjo back to Nintendo? I just don't know about this idea of consistently poking the consumer with a stick to see if change starts to fall out of the new hole that they put into them over and over and over again. I'd much rather have the subscription service, and then you add features to the subscription service to make it more attractive so that you can get more subscribers rather than have all these fractured tiers. Let me know what you think about all this. Are you excited about the DLC add-on pack to Nintendo's online entertainment service? Think about sharing this video out on your favorite social media platform of choice. Maybe subscribe to the channel. At the very least, hit the like button. It helps me grow the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.